Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sudden Strike 4. I haven't played this game in a very long time. Now, I actually accidentally came across their Finland DLC, which has 3 Finnish and 3 Soviet missions taking place during the Winter War of 1939-1940. Now, I'm very interested in that particular part of World War II. It's a very underlit part of World War II. Not a lot of people know about it, and it's awesome to see that they actually made some missions. So we're going to jump into it. We'll do the first mission of the Soviet campaign. If you guys love it, let me know in the comment section, drop a like on the video, and then we'll definitely do some of the other ones for both the Soviet and the Finnish side. Let's go. Alright, we gotta clear the road to the village. We actually can't see the village just now, but we're gonna clear the road of mines. Now initially, let's see, we have 3 machine gunners. We have 3 snipers, that's interesting. We have a bunch of riflemen, and we have 2 medics. So we'll have 1 rifleman, 2 SMG, 3 snipers, and 4 can be the medics. So we just need to, oh, press the wrong button there. Let's have them head up and see what we encounter. They're probably going to be infantry in these trenches over here, which we'll have to deal with. We'll charge the right one. I believe it's V for grenade. There we go, doing some good damage. Let's move them up. Snipers, go, go, go. Actually, they're kind of demolishing my SMG boys right here. Got 1 man down. Let's have 1 guy deal with the minefield. As we are dealing, okay, we have 1 man down. Medics are going to work on them. Snipers are engaging the guys in these trenches right here. If that's not enough, we'll actually charge the rest of these boys forward and have them just spam them to down. Spam them to down. Spam them to oblivion with some grenades. Alright, snipers, move up again. And anti-mine boyo, do your job. Same goes for here. Snipers are engaging with the Mosin Nagants as we're clearing the mines, sort of under fire. You know, someone has to do it, right? All the snow is making me want to sneeze really bad. Actually, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't any snow outside. It snowed like 30 centimeters today, which is like, what? Just over a foot of snow? Pretty crazy. Oh, don't know why I did that button. Alright, we're charging forward. We're going to be using the mix. We're just going to stay here. SMG guys, move up. Snipers, move up. This one is pretty straightforward. We're just going to get our guys close enough with the SMGs, and they'll obliterate them in CQB combat. If we got 2 men down, we can get them up. And while we're waiting for the mines to be cleared, we'll get the medics to work on them down to Soviets. Now, interesting little background information regarding the Winter War. The Soviets, heavily under-equipped and very much not ready to deal with the conditions that they were going to deal with in the Winter War. They went in without a lot of winter equipment. Most of their men were not even wearing winter uniforms. They were wearing the tan brown, or tan olive. I'm not really sure what to describe. It's like tan brown uniforms. And the Finns, who were very much at home in their own territory, would basically run circles around Russian convoys, and those are then referred to as Mali tactics, basically cutting off convoys from their main force and basically running circles around them on skis. And the Soviets were not prepared for that, and they led some very heavy losses during the Winter War. Now, the one benefit of being the Soviet Union in, well, the 1930s and 40s is manpower, one thing that the Germans came across later as well. I believe the Soviets lost like 7 or 8 times more casualties in pure numbers. But in the end, it doesn't matter when your country has hundreds of millions of people, and, you know, Finland had probably less than 10 million at the time. So the Finns had to eventually cede some of their territory, but I don't think you can necessarily say that the Finns lost their Winter War. They just did their absolute best. And obviously, a lot of people will know Simo Haya. I probably mispronounced his name. My apologies if I did. Being the world's most, I guess, known sniper for getting, I believe, like 500 confirmed kills, of which most of them were iron sights, because he was really afraid to basically be caught by, like, through his scope glint. he would only really use iron sights. And then he also has like I think a 200 or so confirmed kills with his SMG as he like charged into the fray. So we have just 2 men down. SMGs aren't really capable of charging the distance here. We'll let Mortar do some of the work. Actually now the medics, we need to cover the medics. Push the snipers up to the flank. Rest of the riflemen push up. Mortar guy, hold fire. SMGs push up. Now the enemy are here under fire. Push up, and 2 frags out. And that should clear the area there. Okay, medics, we need you up front to work on this boyo.
Скоро прибудут наши главные силы. А пока есть важное задание. Захватите 3 стратегически важных участка для нашего воздушного десанта.
Alright, so we took a little bit of time. We got an extra mortar guy, an extra medic, and a couple extra riflemen, and this T-20, which I believe is going to have a basically a DT-29 right here in the front. So act as sort of a very light armored support vehicle. We have to clear these landing sites so the paratroopers can land, and hopefully the paratroopers will be able to help us capture the village. So let's just kind of charge in here, Soviet style, and hopefully we can show them what's what. I mean, we're going to have numerical superiority. If we're going to do a machine gun, it'll have to be like that. Interesting, again, little side note here regarding this particular part of history. The Soviets were very much fans of the human wave tactic, especially at the beginning of the Winter War. And one of the things that I read is that Finnish machine gunners who were, well, obviously they were, you know, guarding defensive lines, they actually developed PTSD from killing dozens upon dozens upon dozens of charging Soviets, to the point where the Finns were trying to figure out what to do to stop their men from getting PTSD from killing the enemy. Obviously, no one wants to kill other people, and I guess they were forced to defend their country, but they were just killing so many people that were just charging at them with basically no regard for their own life. It really put a lot of stress on the Finnish defending forces. It's very interesting stuff to read about. Winter War was pretty brutal. As I said, the Finns would basically surround... Why are you guys not charging? Come on. Charging forward, Tavarish. The Finns would basically charge... the Finns would basically cut off Soviet forces from their friendly units and either starve them to death or just wait till they got too cold and they would freeze. And that was a big thing as well. There's so many pictures of frozen Soviet soldiers because they weren't wearing the correct equipment, and the Finns were definitely not going to hand them any of their equipment to try and be the nice guys. So, alright, we got another area secured for the paratroopers. Medics are currently working on some friendlies. I believe we have 1 SMG guy down who should be waking up here in just a second. And then we'll check out the rest of this area back here. Medic. Oh, we did lose 1 machine or SMG, it looks like. That's alright. And then we'll run everyone over here. Let's go into all my groups there. We got the Desantniki here, the paratroopers. We'll grab these paratroopers here in a second as well. Make sure they're all one group. So these guys can be, what, number 7? These guys here be number 8. And then number 9 will be the guys over here when we eventually get to them. So we'll just charge across the ice here. Hopefully that won't blow it up. But yeah, very interesting stuff. Would highly recommend you read up on the Soviet Winter War, or the Soviet-Finnish Winter War. And then even then, they signed this sort of peace agreement between the two, where the Finns said, hey, you know, we surrender. We literally have nothing left to do. The Soviets broke through a large defensive line, if I'm not mistaken, the Mannerheim line. And the Finns were like, listen, you got us. And then they ceded a little bit of territory to the Soviets. Not as much as Soviets initially would have wanted to. But they did have to, you know, they had to give up some of their territory. Then the continuation war, the Finns basically helped the Germans invade the Soviet Union, and the Finns saw it as sort of a rightful comeback, where they wanted, hey, you got our land, we want some of it back. So the that's what the Finns did. They joined the Germans and they went on the offensive. So we got more paratroopers coming in. Don't know if there's anything over here. Might as well just send some infantry to check it out real quick. Paratroopers are coming. Oh, look at... Oh, we got arrow sleds! Oh, that's awesome! Hell yeah, that's cool. That's so cool. Alright. Let's get all this infantry to come in from the rear. Oh, it's not what I meant to do. That's a bit sad. Oh well. Not everyone can survive. Our snipers might be able to do some damage though. We get eyes on again. Snipers look like they have targets. They do. Infantry's now charging them. Mortars. They're just leaving their base. What are you doing? Oh, we broke the ice. Oh, man. That was brutal. Okay, now we have these guys over here. But now we have so many of these paratroopers. And we have the added-on numbers of the vehicles all the way down south. Just give me a second, guys. I need to take a little bit of time and rejoin all my forces in different groups so it all makes sense. So again, we'll come back in just a second. All right, so we've assembled our forces. We have a small attack force here coming in from the southeast. We have another force coming in here, a little larger, from the south. I combined all my paratroopers into basically one group, and they're going to be rushing south and hopefully doing a ton of damage combined with the other infantry here. So I think we're all ready, which means charge 1, charge 2, and everyone else here is going to just push forward and see if we can do their job. It's going to be bloody, it's going to be brutal, we're going to lose quite a few men, I'm afraid of that, but can't win at all. There's actually vehicles in here, that's not really good. I need to throw some grenades, go prone, throw more grenades. Hopefully we can take out the vehicle with grenades, because it's already doing a lot of damage. More grenades, hit the vehicle, one more. Oh, that ice just hit us a lot. We need to get off the ice, because the ice can destroy our men really, really easily. We got our vehicles down here. They're engaging the Finnish defenses. We almost had Soviet defenses. We have AT guns need to be destroyed. Machine gun nest. Get some grenades on these infantry. Come on, mortar, what are you doing? Charge forward. We've lost a lot of men right here. Oh lord, that was a lot of losses. This is supposed to go a little different than it did. But, you know, they were more of the sort of surprise rear attack. And it wasn't really a surprise attack. They knew we were here, I suppose. These anti-tank guns are not really doing anything. It looks like we'll take them down nonetheless. Tons of grenades have to go in here with the deal with all the infantry in the middle of the town. There's quite a few infantry right there just kind of jerking around. Machine guns, our T-26 need to keep moving up. Get off the bridge. We have a few infantry still in these trenches that are actually taking a lot more damage than I thought they would. We've lost quite a few men here. We do have the numerical superiority still, barely, I think. We have to watch out here as we try and deal with a large amount of Finnish forces. Trying to take out their machine gun. Oh, this man just died. Pull our tank back. Oh, it's broken. We can't pull it back anymore. That was not a successful attack. Enemy still has a AT gun left we need to kill, which we're not killing. So now we're down to just a T-26 and a repair vehicle. That might just be it. A T-26, a Compsolets, and a repair vehicle, all that's left. Trying to get the repair vehicle out of here. Wow, that was not a good push. The Finns, or the Soviets, just got completely obliterated. We don't have a lot of infantry left either. We have like one guy left and a T-20 right here. Though it looks like we might still be able to win, mostly because the Finns might not have any AT left, which would be sort of a saving grace. But man, that was not a good assault. Very typical of what I was saying just now. How obviously the Finns had some PTSD, and I guess that was very obvious when you saw what just happened. We all just charged in. They took us down between machine guns and the massive just amount of infantry here in the center of town. They just really hammered us basically and took us all the way to downtown. That was really brutal. I was really hoping that wouldn't happen that way. I had to clear out the town using just a T-20 and our little T-26. We're just clearing up the last finished resistance. That was a not so successful way of clearing the town, but in the end it did work out. Though it wasn't very pretty. The Soviets are victorious, much in very Soviet fashion. By eliminating the Finnish soldiers inside the city, we have captured it. Pretty strategic area here on this, basically crossing between three bridges, or two bridges and this open area here. I guess this broken bridge. Very strategic position, very bloody battle. And that was not the way that Mother Russia wants to do. However, it was the historical way Mother Russia did it, so we didn't technically lose, though we did lose a lot of men. We completed our objective, but in what way? With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Some history lessons in there. I personally really enjoy doing that. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I'd love to see you guys in the next one. Cheers.